Well, so great to have so many of you on here with us today. So I'm going to kind of whiz through this today. I'm going to kind of start off by sharing some of the quotes and the screenshots that we got from the last webinar that I actually did. And there's just so much love and so many people out there just kind of, sending their incredible, powerful testimonials as well. So you can see on here is someone went away and I'm on fire tonight. 8 new distributors just from what he learned. That was shout out to Bo. Thank you, Frazer Brookes. You gave me a system now. I have my first distributor. Awesome. Just watched my first Ninja webinar, learned some great tips from these guys. I was about to quit working my MLM and now feel inspired to get back. I love that. And that's why I do exactly what I do, guys, to inspire people to really understand the true kind of potential in network marketing and themselves. So here's what we're going to be looking to achieve together on tonight's training. All right. We're going to establish the right way to build your network marketing business in today's world. Create an endless stream of hot prospects, which I'm going to tell you one of my favorite stories in network marketing about. We're going to help you uncover the ridiculously simple way to turning the tap onto recruiting. Imagine if it was that simple that you just went over to a tap, turned it on, bang, people started to come out of it. And we're going to leave you equipped to make more sales and grow your income. So if you're excited, let me know that you're excited. If anyone ever has any visual or audio issues throughout, just feel free to log off and log back in again and it all should be sorted, all right? And if it's an issue on my end, I'll try and do my best to sort it as well. So here we go. This stuff that I'm going to share with you, these are actual screenshots that I took inside of my back office when I was in the field of network marketing, building my organization, and I had a team in, and I've put the little flags on here. This part wasn't a part of the screenshot, but just to show the different groups that I had around the world. So in the Philippines, I had 900 people. In Italy, there was 1,255 people. Israel, 997 people at the time of these screenshots. Taiwan had an organization of 2,895 people. Sweden was 2,179 people. Kazakhstan was 9,164 people. UK, 14,482 people. And then all over the world was just over 30,000 distributors, paying distributors, not free accounts, all paying distributors. And as a result of that, over the years that I was involved as a distributor, you can see the commissions on 2 of the accounts that I actually had. It was a sizable income. It was a sizable team. It was a sizable thing for me. But it didn't start that way. You can see here, just highlighted. It didn't start that way. In fact, I want to share with you really quickly a story that I've not really shared before. The other day, I was looking all over Facebook and looking through my old phones and looking through the iCloud of all the photos that I took. And one of my biggest regrets was not documenting the beginning of my story. And this was a photo taken in 2010 at one of my first ever in-person events. And you can see me here. It's very, very bad quality. The iPhones back then weren't so great. In fact, I don't even think this was on an iPhone. It was so long ago. It might have been one of the first iPhones. But this is me here. And what I'm actually doing is I am controlling the slides. And my friend here, his name is Stas. My friend here was doing the presentation. The funny thing was, when I first started, when it was me at the beginning, it was just me up there in front of other people. I was so petrified, I was so scared that I actually got my friend up on stage to share his story. And I said, I'll move the slides. He did such an incredible job. It wasn't that great. It was just way better than I did. I said, hey, Stas, can you continue to do the presentation? And I went from being the main presenter to the slide presser. It was just absolutely shocking. But you know what? Using what I'm about to share with you later on today is I ended up traveling around the world, speaking on stages in front of thousands and thousands and thousands. This is actually in the MGM Grand Hotel, an arena where actually Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, Taylor Swift, all these huge names in the world have taken part as well. So it's all possible. And one thing I've realized over the years is that one thing literally you cannot survive with in network marketing is people. And you might be thinking, well, Frazer, that's so obvious. But the obvious stuff is usually the stuff that you have to really understand. And the frustration for me in network marketing has always been you have your website, you have your account, you have the process, the videos, all of this sort of stuff that you need to share with people. But if your people who you have on your list don't like the look of what it is, they ain't going to join. Or if you run out of people to actually talk to and get in front of the presentation, guess what? No money, no people, no money. And I learned very early on that the key to this entire thing was to generate a new list of highly targeted people. every single day. Because if you never run out of people to talk to, your business has no limit. It can just grow and grow and grow. And the success of our businesses hinges on the ability to drive highly targeted people from social media, from the internet, from the real world, onto our platforms, onto our processes, onto our videos, our websites, to create the income. As I said before, no people, no income. The smart people, however, they understand this, that it's not about you going out there and being the hunter. It's all about you being the hunted. And you can see the graphics I've got on the screen here. There's someone actually going and shooting ducks or shooting deers and all that. And then on the other side, there's Captain Jack Sparrow running away from a crazy gang of kind of people. This is the feeling that you want. And I know it might, obviously you don't want to be chased down the street by a bunch of people with spears and daggers and stuff. But you want that feeling where you wake up in the morning, and let me know, guys, if this is you, if you want that feeling when you wake up in the morning and you kind of scream to yourself because you're like, oh my days, my inbox is just full of people wanting to know more information. I want you to let me know in the inbox while I take a sip of the water. I've got one of those really tickly coughs, you know, the ones that doesn't go even if you have water or not. It's been fine all day, and then now, bang. So Jenny says, yep. Shannon says, yes. Paula says, yes. Katja from Finland, yep. Lol, I wish. I feel you, Heather. I feel you. Laura, I want this. Yes. Sammy says, awesome. All right. But here's the thing. You need to have a process to weed out the weak. Because if you've got hundreds and hundreds of people messaging in your inbox and only 3 of them are important, you're going to be spending 97% of your time in your inbox just working with these weak people, the people who are just wasting your time. And you know what it'll feel like? It will feel like, if you don't have this process, that you're on a roller coaster. And let me know in the comments if you've ever felt like you've been on a roller coaster in terms of your business. You're up, you're down. Someone says they're excited, you're excited, then they say, no, it's actually not for me, and you feel low. Someone joins your business and you start celebrating like crazy, and then someone decides, actually, it's not for me, I want a refund or I want to quit, and you like hit the floor and you're like, no! So you're up 1 second and you're down the next. If you want to step off the roller coaster, you've really got to understand the process. And I'll never forget the time where I was on the roller coaster. I recruited someone, I was super excited, I was like, yes! And then I nosedived down and I felt like quitting. And I remember it was my father was, figuring out this network marketing thing himself as well. And I went into my Uplands office and I said to him, you know what? I'm ready to quit. I'm just going to be a man about it. I'm not going to, be embarrassed and cross the street when you walk, or, I'm not going to do all that. I just want to be a man and let you know I want to quit. And again, guys, if you've ever felt like quitting or giving up, please let me know. And I remember him, it was a turning point in my career. He said to me, Frazer, let's rob a bank. And I laughed at first. I was 22 years old. I laughed my head off. I thought, this guy's lost the plot. Like, he's complete cuckoo land. He's like, well, what is this? And then the other feeling that passed through my body was, actually, why not? Like, what else have I got? My network marketing business is not working. I knew I didn't want to be a professional construction manager because that's what I went to university to study. And he said, listen, we're not going to actually rob a bank. And he taught me some things, which I'm going to share with you a little bit later on, that completely revolutionized the way I did my network marketing business, which helped me to grow consistently. And my income was growing from strength to strength to strength. And again, let me know if you'd like to be the plant that's growing here. Because if you learn what I'm going to share with you today, later on today, in this presentation, in this web class, you could literally go from 0 to 1,000 a month, 2,000 a month, 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month. Yeah, maybe you're going to have some plateaus. Maybe you're going to have a little dip throughout the month. But from the zoomed out view, right? From the zoomed out view, you're going to be growing consistently instead of being on a roller coaster. Well, let me tell you this. And you guys, let me know by typing either roller coaster or seed, right? Would you prefer to go to bed at night with the thought of having ups and downs, the fear of having ups and downs? Is today going to be a down, or is tomorrow going to be a down, or is today going to be an up? Or would you prefer to be the seed in the situation where you knew tomorrow is going to bring a new opportunity? Tomorrow could be the potential next leader that comes into my organization. If you're saying roller coaster, chances are you're on the wrong webinar. But I see a lot of seed. Seed for me. Safia says seed, right? Exactly. We've got a seed. So you win if you're using social media and it's like a tap. So whether you're taking people onto your profile, whether you're using your Facebook group, whether you're using the messenger, you literally turning the tap on, you're going to the tap of social media, you turn it on, and instead of the water, it's leads. Instead of the water, it's leads. And I've been doing this for a while, guys. I've been using, I started my network marketing business on Facebook in 2010, April 2010, and something massive happened. I was growing this huge organization, as you saw on the screenshots earlier, had over 300,000 customers in my team, over 30,000 distributors, making a multiple six-figure income. And the 8th of November 2016, I could never, ever, ever forget the date, because it was the date that Donald Trump was elected. And I was crushing it so much that I started to get the attention of many different companies, leaders, and all that. So I decided to actually help the industry of network marketing as well. I actually decided that, you know what, Donald Trump being elected in the US, that's a pretty crazy thing to happen. So why shouldn't I be crazy too? So I decided to go and help the industry of network marketing. And here's just some images with me and my business partner, Vincenzo, where we're actually doing events around the UK, road tours. This was in 2017, October 2017. And it was just rooms of 100 people, 200 people, 300 people. The rooms just grew and grew and grew, all teaching these principles and these philosophies, which we're going to be sharing with you today. And it got to a stage where I was becoming so obvious and so recognizable that the godfather of network marketing invited me around to his home. I've hung out with him on numerous occasions now. We've collaborated on courses. You can probably see on his Facebook or his social media, I'm all over it. I've done it podcasts with him. Same with him. You know, he's all over mine as well. And it's just great to be able to be recognized for being able to help the industry. So if you're someone who feels like you're the right person for this, if you feel like the timing's right for you, let me know that you are with the right person who can teach you this. Eric will say himself that I'm the #1 network marketing coach and trainer for social media. So if that's what you want to know, trust me, you're in the right place. So just using these processes, just to show you that it's going to be worth your time tonight, Emma Ridley was able to get 34 new customers and over 10 new business partners joining her team in the last 7 days since she implemented the training that we're covering today. Steve Ottewell actually grew 91 new distributors and 300 plus new customers in 1 week in another country after implementing what he shared today. And if you would like any of these sort of things to happen into your business, just let me know in the comments. I'm watching the comments all the time. I see Daniel Turner, I see Karen Francis, I see Valerie Hemmel Irving, I see Brenda Gold, I see Bruce Woodhouse, I see Melissa Plus, I see Adam Howard. I see you guys, right? I never ignore you. I see all of you. Leanne Jones had 41 new customers in 7 days. Absolutely mind-blowing. I've never done that before, not even in 2 months. And I did it in 7 days. So becoming the hunted has made all this possible for them, but I just want to share with you real quickly what it did for me. I was able to travel the world. I actually got my time back. I got my freedom back. You can see these are some of the pictures I took around the world. We're in Thailand, Krabi, this is in Koh Samui. This is another one in Thailand, Paris, Moscow, Thailand again. This is up a waterfall, I think, in Jamaica, the Grand Canyon. This is one of my dreams come true, being able to rent and hire a red convertible in one of the paradises around the world. This is in Germany. This is skiing in the Alps. This is outside the Louvre, which I think looks like a pyramid scheme. This is in Santorini. This is in the Opera House. And then here are just some of the dreams. And guys, if there's something that's on your dream, if there's a destination that's on your dream board, let me know where it is. What's your dream trip? What's your worldwide, your biggest bucket list trip that you would love to go on? Again, you can see here, I love pyramids, but one of mine and Svetlana, who's my fiance, was to have Christmas on a beach. Right? I'd never done it before. It's always been, it'd never been possible. Going scuba diving in the Great Barrier Reef, going and standing outside the Sydney Opera House, taking my family for a month's vacation in Thailand. Or, just seeing the wonders of the world. And a lot of people saying New York, cruising around Europe, Bora Bora, Thailand, Malaysia, all of this sort of stuff. And it's possible when you create a system that doesn't require you to be at the desk, right? It's not even a work from home business anymore, guys. It's a work from wherever you want. I see so many. But out of all the photos that I have, and I could share with you for hours about all the photos, my absolute favorite photo was this one. And it always gets the shivers down my spine, but went over to Australia. Went to a place called Port Douglas, which is the place you need to go see the Great Barrier Reef. And the day after we went to the Great Barrier Reef, I decided to hire a private helicopter. So just me and Svetlana, and we got onto this helicopter. We took it to the oldest rainforest in the world, the Daintree Rainforest. The pilot of the helicopter went up a waterfall, landed the actual helicopter on the top of the waterfall, and he went for 3 hours. He just walked up like somewhere for 3 hours. You cannot walk to the place where we got to. There's only way is the helicopter in, helicopter out. Me and Svetlana were the only two people there, and as you can see by the ring, I proposed to her, and thankfully she said yes. The reason why I did it in a helicopter, guys, was because if she said no, I would have just left her there. No, I'm only kidding. And yeah, it's just all this has become possible. I went from the biggest loser, from absolute zero, to I consider myself as a hero in my life, the journey of my life. And the common objections that like people say when it comes to using social media is, oh, well, it doesn't work for my business. My business is a face-to-face business, or it's too time consuming, or I'm not very good at social media. I don't want to be in front of the camera. It'll be too confusing for me to learn. I'm already overwhelmed with everything I've got going on. I'm okay just following my upline's advice from now. And I totally get it. Because I thought the exact same thing. The big thing for me was, well, it's just not going to work for me. So who am I? Real quick, I'm just going to kind of breeze through this. So I'm going to share with you a bit of a vulnerable story, and there's reasons for my storytelling here. This was me, a photo of me looking down, depressed. My dog wouldn't let me shovel the drive so I could get out of the house to work. And I worked as a part-time estate agent. I was going for university as a construction manager, but I had to pay the bills. And all I was doing, as I had a grant, you get a grant at university if you apply for one, and you actually get by with all the rules and stuff. But I was literally making money so that on the weekend, on Friday, Saturday, I could go out with my friends and meet the celebrities. This is a guy called Vern Troy, I think his name was. He was in he was Mini-Me in Austin Powers, but I just wanted to be where the party was at because I wanted to be accepted. I would even take my glasses off to look cool, right? And I remember, and I literally couldn't see anything. I didn't wear contacts. I remember one day I woke up with a screaming big hangover from a text from my mum. And my mum had texted me saying, Frazer, you need to get your life together. Like, you just need to sort your life out. And she sent me this photo. I'd been on a night out, and a friend of mine had taken a photo of me and sent it to my mum and said, Frazer's absolutely smashed. I'm going to take him home. And it was the most embarrassing moment that I'd ever had. And I made a decision that I was gonna sharpen up. But although I made the decision, I didn't commit to the decision. I was like, I'm going to do something about my life. And this photo right here is one of, I'm sharing a lot of photos which are pivotal moments for me today, but this is one of the most pivotal moments in my entire life. This is my best mate. His name's Simon, very successful guy. And he said, Frazer, I'm getting married to Fiona, who was also one of my best friends. I want you to be my best man. And we're going to get married in Mallorca at the holiday home we have there. And I remember the first feeling, for those of you who have ever been asked to be a bridesmaid or a best man, the first feeling I got was, oh my God, he's accepted me as the best man. Like I am the best. Oh my God, someone's asked me to be their best mate. Like I've done such a great job of being a best mate. The second feeling was, I've got to do a best man speech. The third feeling I will never ever forget, and it's probably the reason why I'm where I am today. The third feeling was, I have £17 in my bank account. How am I going to tell him, or how am I going to ask him for money to be his best man? And that was pretty much about a week before I joined the industry of network marketing on the 8th of April, 2010. And this was actually the first photo that I could find of me being recognized for hitting my first rank, which was recruiting two distributors. And the crazy thing is, I was the only one on stage. There's about 30 people on stage. I was the only one on stage who wasn't allowed to hold the microphone because the guy, the managing director of the UK department, knew how bad I was going to be. So he thought he would just hold the microphone, get me to say my name, and then walk off. But what baffled me the most was the trousers that I am wearing here were the same trousers that I was wearing in this photo too. I couldn't afford to get a new pair of trousers. I recruited 2 people, but that wasn't enough. But then it went into this. The 30,000 team of distributors, the millions of dollars, the hundreds of thousands I was earning annually in my network marketing business. and what turned to me speaking around the stage, told me to speaking around the stage in front of thousands and thousands of people worldwide, now in over 30 countries. I was a complete zero, loser, disaster. Just remember, it all started with me being so embarrassed to do a presentation. I got one of my best friends to do it, and me click through the slides. My results aren't typical, guys. Your results are going to vary from mine, but this training is for people who want to get ahead of the competition for once, and you know that right now is the time to capitalize on social media, but maybe you just don't know how, or you're just trying to figure it out. You just don't currently have an effective people strategy for your business. You just don't have a strategy to get people into your business. You've been struggling for too long, and it's just time to make the change. And you're just already building a social media, but you just want things to get to the next level. And it's definitely not for people who are a sitter-backer. You know, you sit back in your chair just expecting it to happen, and I've been there. You're looking for some get-rich-quick scheme. You're just like, oh, Frazer's going to give a magic pill here where he's going to click a button and everything's going to go great. So it doesn't work like that. You're looking for people who, you're looking for something that's going to hack, gimmick or loophole to getting people into your team, or you're just unwilling to invest in yourself or your business, and you're never going to implement what you actually learn. And the 4 components, the 4 pillars to success here we're going to cover is why 95% of network marketers aren't succeeding fast before quitting payday, how to actually get the endless stream of highly targeted people coming to you for free, even if no one knows you right now, the stupidly simple formula to take full control of the number of sales you make and distributors you enroll. So excited about this. Part 4 is obviously then how to consistently grow your business month to month and expand internationally without leaving home. I've got incredible insight to that because I'm the world's most traveled speaker and trainer in the industry of network marketing. So I meet that a lot with the people. So I cannot wait to share that with you guys. So if you're still here, let me know. But it's great news. But what sector are you on? Like, what sector are you in? I don't want you to give me your company name. I don't want you to give me your product name. I just want you to let me know, what sector are you in? Are you in skincare, health and wellness, essential oils, travel, coffee, right? Finance, insurance. There's loads more. Let me know. Travel, health and wellness. We've got Lydia says travel. Katie's still here. Awesome. Shannon says health. Emma, skincare, hair care. Awesome, Flora. That's cool. It's going so fast for me. I think Naomi said health and wellness. Travel, Andrea says health. Got a lot of health and wellness, a lot of travel, a lot of home care, skincare services, health, coffee. Love all that. All right, so let's get into it. It works for all of you guys. So part 1, why 95% of people quit before quitting. So first of all, it's important to understand that this is probably the biggest reason why most people fail. And that's because people hear it's a numbers game, it's a numbers game, it's a numbers game. If you've ever heard that, let me know in the comments by saying yes. Because it is a numbers game, but only if you're playing the game right. And a lot of people are playing the numbers game without playing it right, and they're failing miserably. And in fact, most people are playing the game like this. And this isn't necessarily a bad thing to do, but it's not going to get you the long-term success. So I'm a great believer in the money is not in the list. The money is in the skills that you create from the list. So with your list, you are going to be convincing people that you know to join. When you get them to say yes, you then travel to their home, travel to their city, travel to where they live, travel to the nearest coffee shop, and then you have to present the opportunity to them. So you've got your mum, your dad, your sister, your brother, your cousin, Uncle Derek, Uncle Bob, Auntie Mary. You've got your best mate from school, your mate, your cricket captain, your football captain, the colleague that you work with, the people who you go clubbing with and night clubbing with, and all that sort of stuff. You've got all these people. Have they said to you, hey, Frazer, can you please put me on your list, please, for people to contact? No, you've written the list, and now you have to go and convince. And people in network marketing, they say, amateurs convince, professionals sort. So as a profession, we're teaching from the start, go and be an amateur and convince people. Then you've got to then go and travel to them, and you've got to present. If you haven't got any skills in presenting, what do you think your rate's going to be, your closing rate's going to be? Now, yes, the list is free. You don't have to pay a single penny to generate that list. Maybe you have over the years. Maybe if you've got 20 mates that you go to the pub with, that might have cost you a lot of money in beer. But it might cost you $10 to get into the car, travel to your friend's house, or travel to the local city, pay parking, buy a coffee, buy a baguette, buy a Subway sandwich. Then you've got to do the presentation. That might cost you another 50 quid. Or $50, you might have to buy them. They might have to buy them a sandwich, you a sandwich, them a coffee, you a coffee, because hey, you can't have them buying you the coffees, right? And it costs you an absolute fortune. And I'm not telling you that it's definitely the wrong way to do it, but it's the definite wrong way for long-term growth, because your list will run out. Your list will run out. I'm going to tell you a story about that in a minute. But online is free. Doing a video call, an audio call, video chats, audio chats, typing chats is completely free. And then you work through the numbers after you've qualified people. It becomes free if you use video, if you use Zoom, if you use Skype, if you use any of these free technologies to build your business. Would you agree? Your options are you either travel, present face-to-face, and yes, the results might be great, or you target strangers who you have no ties with. You do 3 to 10 presentations a day, completely free, from home. Maybe it's going to be from your mobile phone. You could be on the flipping beach. You could be picking up little Jimmy from school. You could be at the soft play where little Jimmy and his friends are playing with their friends, and you're on the phone, so talking to other mums saying, oh, well, I'm just watching little Jimmy doing blah, 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 blah. What do you think's more relatable to people now? Hey, single mum of 3 kids, right? What you've got to do Monday to Friday, if you've got to get in the car to go convince your friends and family, you're gonna feel embarrassed before you've even got into the car, because you know that if they say no and they're not interested, you're gonna have to, cross the street in front of a bus to be able to, save your face. You might be able to do 1 presentation, maximum 3 a day. It's going to cost you $50 to $100 a day in travel, food, and all that. You're going to need a vehicle. How can you get to the other side of the city? What, you're just going to walk? Well, maybe you are. Maybe you're going to get a scooter. That costs money. That's a vehicle. And you need someone to look after the kids. And I know the majority of you watching this, you aren't in the situation to do that long term, right? There's no point in building. Business is not built in the short term. So why is everyone teaching that, right? So target strangers, there's no ties, 3 to 10 presentations a day, completely free, work from home, wherever you want, you can do it around your kids, right? Can you see yourself driving up and down the country? What about getting your team to do it? Imagine telling your team that, hey, you need to go buy a Ford Focus. Like, what? Right? Some people are saying, I'm not too sure if I can have my work with my kids around. Oh, you can get good with the time management. Good point though, right? The giants, all of these companies we hear about every single day. There are multi-billion-dollar companies that are offline that we've never heard of, but all the ones that have attention, you hear about them every day. Facebook, Netflix, Amazon, Google. By the way, guys, just a really, really, really random question: which of these companies could you live without the most? Right? Which of these companies could you live without the most? I could live without Netflix, to be fair. Just a random question for you. All right. So let me know in the comments. I know I'm throwing a lot out here, but let me know if I've utterly convinced you that it's ridiculous to not use social media in some way to build your network marketing business. In some way, like if you're not convinced, then chances are I've either done a bad job or you're on the wrong webinar, the wrong web class. Because I want you to really understand that yes, social media is the way forward. I have to master social media, otherwise I'm going to get left behind. Right? If you're convinced, just let me know. Like, yeah, we've got Sandra, Bruce, Danielle, I'm convinced. Elizabeth says yes. Pamela says yes. Laura says yes. Birgit says convinced. All right, I can move forward. All right. So part 2. Let's move on to part 2. So we know why the majority of people are failing. So let's try and fix that. So how to have an endless stream of highly targeted people coming to you for free, even if no one knows you right now. Right? Because you know what, guys? When I started as that loser kid, no one knew me. I had 137 people on my list. I had to convince all of them. Failed miserably. But when I started, I just knew the best platform for me to use was the Facebook profile. And guys, if you've got a Facebook profile and you're still engaged, let me know in the comments that if you use it, right? And feel free to go and follow me on my Facebook profile once we're done here. Go find me, go follow me, go add me as a friend, go message me, do whatever you want, add me in your stories. I don't really care, but I just want to be able to connect with you further after this, which would be cool. So I decided to create a funnel, right? And you might have heard about funnel before, but you can see this image where you are literally putting in people at the top, and the serious ones, these are like sieves. You know, where it like catches the grains of sand, it catches the big clumpy things that are a waste of your time. And at the end, you're going to get left with the good. So my funnel was, I'm going to create content, which is then going to give me the conversation that I need to create the community to then get me conversions at the end, right? And that's what I was going to do, right? So I was just going to produce good content, whether it was Facebook Lives, stories, and these things weren't available when I started, but Facebook Lives, stories, selfies, photos of me and my family, written stories, my journal. I was just going to post, right? It then created conversation in the comments and the messenger. I then created a community of people, not using Facebook groups, just a community that my personal profile became a place that people came to, right? That people came to for them to get the value that they needed, for them to get the value about a certain thing, right? And then it ended up getting conversions. And this is what most people do. There's a game called golf. I'm a big fan of golf. I've got friends who play golf, but I also play myself in when I'm able to. And if any of you golf fans out there, just let me know. Here's what the majority of people do, right? You hit the ball and you tap in the putt. Some balls go left, some balls go right, some balls you lose, some balls you duff, some balls you hit wrong, some balls you hit someone in the face with. It's kind of crazy, but it happens. So you're doing all the work. That's the wrong way to do it on social media. That's working hard. Instead, you need to get Facebook to do the long part. You need to get Facebook to do the majority of it, and you just need to tap them in. You just need to be tapping those balls in. In fact, if you've ever watched a movie, and some of you might have, if you've ever watched the movie Happy Gilmore with Adam Sandler, there's that scene where he goes, just tap it in, Happy, just tap it in. And he's just tapping the ball, tapping the ball, tapping the ball. He's not going and whacking the ball. He is, obviously, but like all the hard work is done by Facebook and the social media platform. You've just got to tap it in, just tap-a-roo, right? So these are the 3 phases that I went through. And I'm going to literally tell you what happened to me in every single story that completely changed my life, right? And this is, for me, this is a massive bingo moment for each and every single one of you. And I literally want to give you shivers on your spine with what's capable. So I got started 2010. And I thought, my dad said to me, well, like my dad, my upline, all the people around me, I just kept hearing them saying, it's a numbers game, it's a numbers game, it's a numbers game. So I tried to go out there, tried to find courses, webinars, seminars, books, blogs, couldn't find anything on social media. So I went upstairs into my bedroom, which was also my office because I studied from home when I was in university. I got a piece of pen out and a paper. I'm literally holding a pen and a piece of paper here. And I wrote what I thought was a master plan. Hey, Bob, I noticed that we are like-minded individuals. Because of that, I know you're going to be ecstatic with a business opportunity that I've got to share with you. In fact, here's a link to more information. There's the link to my company. I know you're going to have questions, but why not join first, and then I'll share with you what you need to do after you've joined. See you on the other side. Bye. I messaged 1,200 people without any sort of connection. And guess how many people joined? 0. None. And that was the moment where I really wanted to quit. Went to my upline. He then told me, let's rob a bank. And I then started to do things the right way. I started to create the content, create the conversation, create the community to get the conversions. And I will never, ever, yeah, right, Facebook jail, there you go. If you do that, I got thrown in Facebook jail after 3.5 weeks. It was embarrassing, but yeah, I served my time. And I remember there was an Indian businessman I attracted, like literally about 2 weeks after me starting to implement the strategy that I can eventually be known for and traveled around the world teaching, and what I'm sharing with you tonight. Was a guy called Sanjeev. He was an Indian businessman. I remember getting the message from him saying, "Hey Frazer, I've seen some of your posts. Would love to have a catch up. Would love to meet up with you and discuss how I can get involved in the business." And I said, "Hey, let's do it. Where do you live?" He said, "Birmingham. I have a really great hotel that I do a lot of my business meetings in. Come here. Do you have a car?" I said, "Yeah, sure." I was so excited. I got this Indian businessman who was, it's on his profile, he was suited, he was booted, he was the perfect person for me to get, a business person involved. So I got in the car. Bearing in mind I had no money. I had no money. I was a broke student. I had no money. I had no hope. I'd not had any success. I turned up, went to this meeting. I had like a pair of old jeans on there, like, you know, frayed at the bottom, kind of like all ripped at the bottom. This moth hole t-shirt on. And I remember driving to him, and I remember being so excited that I was like, oh yes, like I can't wait for this. This is it. This is the key. This is going to be the catalyst to my business. I kind of read some stuff about meeting people. So I met him. I shook his hand, firm handshake. Put my left hand onto his left elbow. Like kind of did all that sort of stuff. Bought the lunch. Bought the coffees. Bought the water. Obviously paid for my car parking. Paid for the fuel to get there and back. Blah 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 blah. And guess what happened? I drove. I nailed it. I thought I did such a good job. I put so much practice in. He said, yeah, this is sounds really good. I'm driving back home, buzzing, music's blaring, like eardrum numbing. Get home, get out the car, and I've got a text message from Sanjeev. And I was expecting it to be, just joined, let's go. Instead it said, like the sound of the business, but I only join serious business people. I was absolutely gutted. He didn't end up joining the business. So I learned from that. I said, I'm never going to do that ever again. I'm never going to meet with someone unless I've pre-qualified them. So this was the crazy, crazy thing. As if the universe had respected my time, respected my effort. I walked upstairs. I avoided my parents. I avoided my brother. I avoided everyone. I was so annoyed. I shut my bedroom door, got the pillow, put my face into the pillow, and just screamed of frustration. I was like, this is just not going to work, but this is my last hope. Logged onto my computer, because I didn't have a smartphone back then. Logged onto my computer, I just opened up the computer, and I had a message from a guy called Sergey, who was another foreign businessman. And I was like, oh man, like, when are they going to stop? Like, why are they winding me up? So he said, hey, Frazer, I've seen your post. I would like to know more information about what it is you're doing. I said, cool, would you fancy chatting first? And I remember having a first chat with him. It was using an app called an app called Skype. And we had a really good conversation. And I said, hey, how interested are you? He said, yeah, I'm really interested. And I said, are you interested enough to come round to the house? He said, yeah. So I got him to come to the house. Now, this is a Russian businessman. He ended up joining the business. And I want to just share with you what happened. This was a photo that we went out to eat after he joined to celebrate. Right? He said, my treat, come on, let's go. Now, it was warm. I've got the white moth hole t-shirt on with a jumper covering the moth holes. We're eating sushi. I'd never eaten sushi in my entire life. I could never afford it. It was always too expensive. I don't know if the beer was mine or his. But what happened is he said to me, we're going to build this business and we're going to absolutely rock it. I get it. This is amazing. So we started to travel around the world. The team started to grow. We got a Filipino organization. We had a Russian organization. The meetings grew. There was 500 people in a movie theater. There was 500 people in London, central London. We traveled to Miami on a success trip. We took our team onto a cruise around the Caribbean, right? And then I'm not going to share with you the full story of what happened here, but it completely blew my mind. This meeting was 6 people in Kazakhstan that morning, and that night there was over 400 prospects. It was insane. And I went, and me and Sergey, we went from 0 to hero just because I was able to create a funnel. And then things changed again. I traveled around the world with Sergey. We built this huge organization together. I helped build all his organization in the Russian-speaking markets, all from me using my funnel of creating content, creating conversation, creating community, and then driving conversions. And then, I was frustrated. I had like him and another 2 people who were crushing it, building their organizations in different markets, one in South Africa and one in Italy. But with everyone else, I noticed it was kind of a little bit roller coastery. It was up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And then we realized the third part, the stupidly simple formula to taking full control of the number of sales you make and distributors you enroll. And again, things were going great. They were inconsistent. And then I met Vincenzo. And I remember meeting Vincenzo and thinking, this is a guy who I think he can really help me. And when he first told me what his his influence was, what his skill set was, I was very skeptical because he said, "Oh, Frazer, I built my business using Facebook ads." And I was super skeptical because ads had never worked for me before. Like, they had literally never, ever worked. And he kind of looked at my system and he was like, "Wow, that seems way too labor intensive to me." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "Well, I don't really want to be thinking of a post to make every week and then having conversations with everyone." And I was like, "Well, I do. I love it. It's how I build my business. It's how I grow, and it's how I find the right people." He said, "Yeah, well, what happens if I could show you a way where I could put $10 like dollars into social media, and then people could message you, and then you get $20, you make a sale?" I was like, "Well, yeah, but I don't want to make $20. I want to make more." He said, "Okay, well, what happens if you could put in $100 into social media, and then people would add you into the messenger, and you would get $200 out?" I said, "Well, yeah, if it works." I said, "But how does it work?" And I remember him putting it into practice for us, and I started to generate so many leads. Like, we were doing webinars with 200, 300, 400, 500 people on, completely cold. They were completely cold. I remember the smile we made. Obviously, this was joking around, but the smile was from grin to grin, ear to ear, because we'd unlocked a way where we could actually find the perfect prospect. Just think about it, and you can write that. By the way, guys, let me know. Let me know in the comment section who is the perfect prospect for you. Are they male or female? Right? Let me know. Do you want to recruit men or do you want to recruit women? Do you want them to be 40 years old or 60 years old? Do you want them to like personal development or do you want them to like sports? Do you want them to live in London or do you want them to live in Barbados? Do you want them to live in Sydney or do you want them to live in New York? Right? People saying both. Female, 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 both, any. I'll take any. 45, both women. 30 to 45, both, female, both, male, worldwide, everywhere. I don't care. Both and all ages. Awesome. Well, what happens if you could find people who have already showed an interest in certain things? So imagine if you could find people who showed an interest in Network Marketing Pro, Eric Worre. What happens if you could find people who'd already showed an interest in Robert Kiyosaki? What about Oprah Winfrey? What about muscle and fitness? Like, these, obviously, network marketing space. This is personal development, the health and wellness space, the skincare space. There's travel pages you can go and find. Imagine if you now could put $100, $10, $5 into ads on social media. And the only people who are going to see the ads are people who have already shown an interest into what it is that you have got to offer. And they were then to message you and say, "Hey, Frazer, just saw your ad, would like more information. Hey, Frazer, just seen that video you did, would love some more information. Hey, Frazer, just saw the selfie you made, would love some more information." And they were women aged 35 who liked travel, who lived in London. Like, let that sink in. Now, these are just basic numbers, turning 100 to 200. It could be 100 to 500. It could be 100 to 250. Just imagine that, turning the tap on, because it becomes a kind of like a set and forget traffic machine. A people machine. You create the process, you follow the process, and literally, we can get that set up for you by you following our simple formula. Like, you can just get it set up for you, bang. And then it's like the set and forget. Imagine you only have to worry about you messaging the people who are interested, right? Or you go in and turning the ads on and off because, I'm literally inundated. I'm going to turn the ads off. So they go off. All right, I need to recruit 5 people this month. Bang, you turn the ad on. It is actually mind-blowing what's possible. And the fourth part is how to consistently grow your business month to month and expand internationally without leaving home. So I've kind of taught you and shared with you how you can, why you've got to use social media, how you can generate an endless stream of leads, which actually are going to, some of them are going to do stuff. Some of them are going to completely change your life. The people who you actually end up finding using the process will take you from zero to hero, will take you from loser to legend, will take you from disaster to master. will turn you from being a no one to a someone, will turn you from speaking in front of 3 people and no one listening to speaking in front of 5, 6, 7,000 and everyone listening to everything you've got. Progression is the aim of the game. What's the point in starting a business, getting it to 10,000 a month, and then it all dropping down to 0 again? What's the point? And I want to share with you, literally, I want to share with you right now how the big leaders are doing what they're doing. And it is so staggeringly simple. You won't believe it. They're playing the numbers game, right? I said in the beginning, people are playing the numbers game and they're playing it wrong. The top income earners, they're doing it the right way because they totally understand that they're going to have to speak to 50 people to get 5 people who actually take it seriously. They're going to have to sign up and recruit 50 people. If you've ever recruited less than 50 people, let me know by typing less in the comments. I need to take some water. If you've ever recruited less than 50 people in your entire network marketing career, I want you to type in less in the comments. All right, Paula says less, Adam less, Vicky less, Shannon less, you'll see less, Caroline less, I think you said less, yeah, Sammy less, Bruce less, Anna less, Denise less, Leanne less, Lisa less, Lorraine less, Hurko less, Sandra less, Laurie less, Bo less, Sue less, Vivian less. So if you recruited less than 50 people, how can you expect the serious people to come? Oh, well, Frazer, I'm not getting any serious people joining. How many have you recruited? If it's less than 50, don't expect people to emerge. So the top income earners, they recruit, using what I've been sharing with you, they recruit excited, targeted people. Some use the profile, some use ads, but they recruit excited, targeted people. Think about it. If you recruit 10 people from your list, right? If you recruit 10 people from, and by the way, guys, from all the hundreds of people watching this webinar, whether it's on live or on demand, just look at how many people who said less. Because you know what? Only 2% of the entire network marketing career will ever recruit 10 or more people. The 2% know what to do, that's why, and then they've cracked the code with this. So would you prefer to get 10 people who you've had to convince on your list, or would you prefer to have a group of 10 people who are strangers who you've targeted? Which group do you think is actually going to produce more? Let me know. The group that you have to convince or the group that you have to target, just let me know. Either write convinced or targeted, or you can write C or T. Because I'm going to tell you this, the person who you convince, listen very carefully to this, the person who you convince will quit at the first hurdle and blame it on you. Oh, well, you made me do it. Everyone's just typing in target. Kim, Josephine, Safia, Caroline, Helen, Melissa Plus, Lynn, Flavia, Patrick, Edgars, Renee, Karen. You're all saying second group, targeted, T, targeted with the capital T, targeted with capitals all over, right? You have to convince someone. You're playing the amateurs convince, professionals sort. They sort through the serious people. They sort through the targeted people. You get 10 people, they all quit and they blame it on you. The targeted people, they can't blame it on you. Why? Because they came to you in the first place and said, hey, Frazer, I saw your post. Hey, Frazer, I saw your ad. Hey, Frazer, I want more information. Hey, Frazer, will you jump on a quick call with me? Hey, Frazer, can you meet up for a coffee? Hey, Frazer, have you got any time to explain what this is to me and my husband? Hey, Frazer, hey, Frazer, hey, Frazer. Not, hey, Bob, hey, Mary, hey, Sam, hey, Sam. You're looking for the right people, the excited people. And guess what? You end up eliminating the mess, because the more people you end up recruiting, the more excited, targeted people you recruit, guess what, guys? Still, people are going to do nothing. But the right people emerge to you if you put the system in place I'm about to share with you. You identify the runners, and that produces the best results in less time. So you either go and play the convincing game and then hope that they're going to get the energy, hope they're going to watch a video that gets them on fire, hopefully they set themselves on fire with a match, right? Somehow, you identify the runners just by sheer faith and luck, and then you all of a sudden become a top earner. Doesn't work. There's no secret to success, there's a system to success. So you recruit the excited, targeted person who does the work faster, and they become a leader. You give them the assignments to do. Hey, do this, do this, do this. They do it faster than anyone else. And they're like, hey, Fraze, hey, Bob, hey, Mary, hey, Vincenzo. Like, my actions are making me a leader because I'm turning up and I'm getting the results because of my activity. Playing the game the right way allows you to build the organizations of 900 people in the Philippines, 1255 in Italy, 997 in Israel, 2,895 in Taiwan, 2,179 in Sweden, 9,164 in Kazakhstan, 14,482 in the UK, and 30,000 plus in the whole world. Right? Steve says a man convinced against his own will is one of the same opinion. Yeah, exactly. The same opinion still. Great saying, Steve. Nice. I like that. It allows you to create the big incomes, but it also it turns you from zero to hero. You have your time back. Because I don't know about you. You can let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments if you joined this to get financial and time freedom. You didn't join this to, I want the lifestyle of traveling up and down the M6 motorway. I want the lifestyle of traveling up and down the highway. I want the lifestyle of being glued to my phone 24/7. I want the lifestyle of having to convince every person I know and everyone I meet in the high street. Right? Mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. It gives you your time back to travel the world with your family, with the ones who you love. If this is making sense and this is what you want, this is what you need, you want to tick off those bucket lists, which I saw: New Zealand, New York, Miami, the Caribbean, Mexico, Italy. If you want that, if that's what you're doing it, this is the way you need to do it. So really quickly, we covered the 4 parts, the how, I've already talked about it, but the why 95% of people, network marketers, aren't succeeding fast and they're quitting before payday. And they're trying to pull teeth. The part 2, having the end of the stream of highly targeted people coming to you for free, even if no one knows you right now. My story of Sanjeev and Sergey, they both came to me. There was 2 ways. One was the right way, one was the wrong way. Part 3 was a simply stupid formula to taking full control of the number of sales you make and distributors you enroll using the turning the tap on and off with the ads into the messenger. And part 4 was was how to consistently grow your business month to month and expand internationally without leaving home. So let me ask you a question. How's your time spent on this training with me tonight been well spent? Have I completely convinced you that social media is the way forward and you need to go on the mission of recruiting a high number of highly targeted people? Right? Highly targeted people. Thanks, Steve. I know it wasn't your quote, but I appreciate you saying that. That takes a lot. All right. So Amanda says yes. Patricia says yes. Gail says yes. Valerie, absolutely. Pamela says yes, 100%. Yes, Zara, kiss, kiss. Well spent. Definitely. Absolutely. Yes. Thank you. Defo, I love it. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So you now have 2 options, guys. Number 1 is take what I've taught you today and have a stab at it yourself. Go and try, work for it yourself. You can do all that. Go make it happen. If you feel in your head like, yes, I know exactly what I need to do, go do it. Option 2 is stick around and I'm going to share with you what if we actually personally helped, coach, and mentored you through the entire process. What if we took an active role in your results and worked with you to help you achieve this for yourself? Now you can choose option 1, option 2, totally up to you. So let me ask you a question. I'm going to ask you this again. Would you be excited to hear the option 2 of how this can work for you? The process, our social attraction formula, our kind of boot camp, our course, our intense course, our guidance program. Let me know if you're excited like this little guy here. Oh, I don't even know the name of his, I can't remember the name of the actor, but he's like, I'm excited. I want to see how many of you are excited. Option 1 doesn't work from me. Option 2, yes, 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 of course, yes, give it to me. All right, cool, I'll get on with it. So here's the thing. You can actually, if you're someone who has the investment into your business, you can actually hire myself, Vincenzo, one-on-one for consulting. We charge $10,000 for, like 1 or 2 day actual process to do that. However, we know that that's not affordable for the masses. We know just by seeing all of you guys saying that you didn't recruit 50 people, how can we expect you to pay that? So we wanted to take what we would do in this 2-day kind of overall thing and split it up to make it as bite-sized as possible. So what if we could actually level the playing field and we're going to coach a small group of people and make sure that they actually succeed. We actually hold their hand throughout the whole process to go from 0 to hero in your network marketing business. Jonah Hill was the name of the actor. Thank you so much, Cindy. So here's what social attraction formula can actually do for you. Well, first of all, you're not going to be alone anymore. You'll have our exact attraction marketing blueprint at your disposal. You'll know exactly what works. No more guessing. No more, oh, well, I'm going to try this for a bit. No, this actually works. All I've got to do is follow it. Never again will you be using confusing technology to get in the way. Like, oh, I don't know how to use it. You'll be told exactly what to do and what not to do. And you're going to actually be getting your time, financial, and location freedom. You're going to be able to build a huge pipeline. The pipeline, what's at the end of a pipeline? A tap, right? You turn it on, you turn it off. Recruit more people into your business without actually prospecting them. Achieve massive duplication, which is the holy grail of network marketing. Build a business you can actually be proud of. No more wasting money on effective trainings that don't actually work. And again, get your time, money, and location freedom back. So there's 3 things you need to be successful. You need a detailed yet simplified training. You need support, coaching, and accountability. And you need shortcuts. You need to be able to shortcut the learning process, the action process, so that you can get success faster. And that's why we've created the social attraction formula. So what it is, it's a 6-week intense course where in week 1, module 1, we're going to actually show you the definitive social media makeover. So we're going to take your profile, we're going to take your process, and we're going to look into it, and we're going to go, yeah, you need to do this, 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 and this, right? You need to have this as your profile photo, this is your cover photo, this is your about me, this is your bio, this is your content. Then once we've done that, we've set the foundation for us to be able to build the castle. We've set the foundation for us to be able to build the absolute massive building. And in week 2, we're going to create this attractive content creation blueprint, so that when you actually make posts, people are going to be attracted to it. Then in week 3, once we've got the profile set up, once we've got the content cranking, we now need to lead generate. We need to now create the leads so that we're attracting people to us. People are coming into our messenger, or people are actually answering our messages because they see what we're posting and go, wow, I need a bit of this. I need what this person's got going on. Week 4, I then share the unfair recruiting advantage. Now, yes, it is as cool as it sounds. I share the language to use, because if you change the language, you will change your results. I share the questions that you need to ask. I share the language you need to use. I share what to do when you need to follow up with someone and it's been too long, or they didn't reply to you, or how long should I do? We cover all of that. And then week 5 is the massive duplication accelerator. I share with you my step-by-step process where you can actually start to get people coming to you with excited energy and showing their activity and results to you, so you know how to pour into them. All this pouring into everyone, no. You need to pour into the right people. You'll save your energy, you'll save your time, you'll save a lot of hassle. So by the time we're done with you, by the time we're done, you will actually have an attractive social media profile set up. You'll know exactly when, how, and what to actually post in order to build a loyal following of people who know, like, and trust you. Generate an endless stream of prospects. Recruit more people than ever before without prospecting them, and achieve massive duplication fast. But that's not all, because also Vincenzo, my business partner, who is, in my opinion, the #1 best in the world at teaching Facebook ads to network marketers, we're going to do a bonus week, week 6, where we're going to share with you the 10-minute Facebook ads revolution. So in 10 minutes, you could have an ad that potentially works, bringing people into your messenger just by following his process. It's literally learn, do, review, right? On top of that, you're also going to get a lifetime access to our private student-only mastermind group on Facebook. People know it as the Ninja Network of VIP. It's a lifetime access to that. And this is really what you need if you're thinking, and you're like this little baby here, and you're thinking like, I don't want this to end. Like, I don't want this to end. I need more information. I need more information. I need more training. I need more guidance. Like, Frazer, don't leave. This is us in your pocket for the rest of your network marketing journey, giving you the support and the advice. It's not just the 6 weeks training. It's the ongoing support and advice, not just from me, not just from Vincenzo, but from all other people who are involved in the process too, right? So here's a quick recap. There's a value of $4,994. Now, the reason these values are here is because we've gone out there and asked the people who've gone through this course, how much would they have paid for full access to the Social Attraction Formula program? from start to finish. And we asked about 100 people, and the average was around 3,000, but obviously 2,997 just looks cooler, right? Just being completely honest. 10-minute Facebook ads revolution, that bonus is valued at 997. The people who have actually got the results from that bonus training, it far exceeds that. Myself, you could add a couple. You could have in fact, you could add 3 zeros minimum to that from what I got from that. Private student only Facebook group as well was a value of $1,000 US for lifetime access as well. So, what is all this worth to you? And obviously, you're not going to actually pay $4,994 if you're interested, but would it be worth it? Would it be worth it? Imagine if you could skip 18 months of learning curve and jump straight into recruiting massively on Facebook without actually prospecting a single person. Would it actually be worth it to pay $5,000 to get that 18-month head start? I mean, if it was me, I would, yeah. Imagine if you could learn all the successes we've had, all the mistakes we've made, even with spending 45,000 hours on the platform. Would it be worth it? I would think so. Imagine if you could achieve massive duplication that would lead to the financial time and location freedom without having to leave the comfort of your own home. Would it be worth it? I'll tell you this: I would have paid the $5,000 to be able to tick off all my bucket lists. But obviously, it's not going to be $4,994 because we know that you can't access that. A lot of you guys can't access that because maybe you're just beginning at the start of your journey. Maybe you're struggling with the process. You're doing this for the time, money, and financial freedom. But we've decided to do something crazy that we've never actually done before with this high-end program. And we actually significantly slashed the price today on one condition. There's only one condition. And the condition is that after you actually go through the program, if you take us up on this offer, that once you recruit your first distributor, and you get your first customer on Facebook, you send us either a written or video testimonial. If you could let me know by commenting "deal" in capitals in the chat box, I would really, really appreciate it. Type in "deal" in the chat box if you would be cool to send us a written or a video testimonial once you get your first customer and distributor. So we have documentation of that. All right. So Maddie, deal. Safia, deal. Michael, deal. Adam, deal. Kirsty, deal. Amity, deal. Graham, deal. Bruce, deal. Claire, deal. Susan, Julie, Anna, Michael, deal. Emma, Brenda, Emma, Josephine, Pamela, Bruce, Adam, Sophia, Danielle, Patrick, Penny, deal. There's a lot of people saying deal. All right. So here are some of the testimonials from other people who've used it, who have said deal in the past. So this is Vili over in, I think he's in Austria. He said, I built a team of over 2,000 people in 1 year. Using some of the principles that I applied. Over 20,000 views on my live videos, built a solid team, right? Leanne Jones, who I mentioned earlier, 41 new customers in 7 days. Would she have paid $5,000 to get 41 new customers in 7 days? Yeah, you can go ask her, right? Steve Otterwell, 91 new distributors and 300 plus new customers in 1 week after saying deal, right? Emma Ridley, 34 new customers and over 10 new business partners in the last 7 days. She said deal. Greg Plaskett, 88 distributors in the first day in a new country launch. His organization ended up launching into the UK. He came over, bang, all online, 88 distributors in 24 hours. He said deal. The bottom line is if you follow our trainings, you commit to the trainings, it's very hard not to get results. And here's just some kind of screenshots. So Kay Smith, got my first distributor overseas. He's in Australia. Woo! Melissa said, I just wanted to share. I've always been pretty good at recruiting, but just since starting the Ninja, since starting the program, I really stepped up. This training has been so valuable. I signed up 27 people in the last 4 weeks. Whew! I'm happy with my investment. Steve Porter, within 3 or 4 months, I've earned my first 5-figure residual check, and now you can see my organization just passed 4,000 people, which is huge. He's now got an organization, I think 6,000 or 7,000, which is super awesome. Serena Nichols, guess who got 2 recruits? Another one last night. Me. We've recruited over 50 new distributors in 4 weeks. Wow. Nikki Nakanu, over the last 18 days, I've recruited 4 people. Seb Williams, I've just got 2 new recruits and 2 new distributors on the way. Here's the thing. I could go on day after day, night after night of sharing with you all the screenshots, all the videos, all the messages of people who have had the results. But the only real result that matters, the only story that matters, is yours. It's the only one that matters. And we want you to be the next person who we can highlight on our social media. We can highlight on our next presentations. We can highlight your face, your image, if this person's absolutely crushing it. And we're not going to charge you $4,994. And we're not even going to charge you $1,997, which is what the price actually is. If you go to the website right now, if you go onto our website, the public will see $1,997, right? So if you agree to either send us the written or the video testimonial, here's what we're going to do. We're actually going to give you a code to half the price. And I'm actually going to turn my camera off so you can see it. But we're going to give you a code to get the course, to get the program with the lifetime access, with the support group and so on and so forth, for $997 using the promo code SAF50, right? So right now you should see something either below the screen, on the right-hand side of the screen, or you can just go to Social Attraction Formula, www.socialattractionformula.com/promo. And then at the bottom, we've also got bonuses with you, but around that page somewhere, you're going to be able to type in SAF50, and you will actually notice the price will go from $1,997 to $997. All right. So you already know we've got some bonuses, but in fact, we're actually going to have some additional bonuses. My bad, guys. I shouldn't drink fizzy water before I do a webinar. So we've got 3 bonuses, special bonuses for those of you who decide to jump in today on this webinar. So obviously, along with the 50% discount, as well as all the other discounts as well, the Messenger Scripts Pack, which is valued at $297, it's literally step-by-step scripts. So you've got them to hand if you ever need them on, what would Frazer do? What would Frazer do? What would Frazer do? Then we do 4 live Q&A sessions every single month, either me or Vincenzo. The value is insane because it's a lot of our time, obviously. I can hear people sending me messages and stuff, and I'm in. So me and Vincenzo will answer all the questions you might have. We'll literally help you with Facebook Lives, Facebook ad campaigns, Messenger reviews, social media tips, updates to the algorithm, different ideas and concepts. Because obviously the landscape changes all the time, so we like to keep you on top of everything all the time. The basic fundamentals apply on Instagram as well. For those of you who think it's a Facebook training, but the fundamentals do apply as well. We throw in the 17 ninja hacks for Facebook and the videos, so it's like a guide, like a digital guide, and the videos for this. Then obviously full access to the Social Attraction Formula program, $2,997. The 10-minute Facebook ads revolution is $997. The private student-only Facebook group is $1,000. The bonus 1 messenger pack, the scripts pack, is $297. The bonus 2 is the 4 live Q&A sessions per month, it's $2,997. The bonus 3, obviously, all packaged together, the 17 ninja hacks, it comes out at $8,785. So if you take action right now, before you leave this webcast, we actually have 3 additional fast action bonuses as well. We want to make it an absolute no-brainer for you. So if you want to speed up the results, we've got the Done For You Secrets Facebook strategies, so how to build your business using Facebook Live and how to hack the algorithm. Also, Vincenzo's put together these flipping awesome guides, Facebook ads shortcuts, so types of ads you should never run, compelling headlines for your ads to make it even more simple, and high converting ads copy for your ads as well. Super, super valuable. If you go try and find anything like this out there in social media or in the online space, you're going to be paying minimum $1,000. How to recruit influencers. So I share a short video on how the process of actually recruiting the people who have got 10,000 plus followers on Instagram into your business. Super, super fun. It was one of the favorite things I actually did. So all packaged up, all of it added on, all of it.